the Fool. And one of the most underrated parts
Oh, okay, now that makes perfect sense because everybody's out there hashtag praise the fool. Praise the fool. All right. What is Lord of the Mysteries and why is everybody obsessed? We're about to figure that out here today on the Plus Ultra Perspective. And if you guys want to figure that out, make sure you hit the like and subscribe for your boy on the Plus Ultra Perspective, the best place for anime reactions on YouTube today. Spank the mic. Also, shout out to my Patreon peeps. Thank you for your support and helping make sure the channel continues to grow. Guys, 90% of you guys are not subscribed. This is the best place for anime reactions. This is the Plus Ultra Perspective, you know what I'm saying? So what you waiting for? Hit the like and subscribe. Also, this channel will be reacting to Lord of the Mysteries as it airs live. Going in beyond Plus Ultra, checking out what is Lord of the Mysteries.
Now, this video is an introduction to people who haven't read the web novel, but if you
This
have
is Klein.
read all of
I know
Lord of the
that
Mysteries,
much.
You probably should still
I've
stick
never
around
read
because
any
there's
of
gonna be a
these
lot of interesting
web
things you'll
novels.
probably enjoy. So
But
let's
I heard it
break
was
down
like the
on what
highest rated
exactly
web
is
novel.
Lord of the Mysteries. Well, it's a Chinese web novel written by an author named Cuttlefish. It has
Cuttlefish.
elements of Souls-like things with
Cuttlefish, why is that? That's an awesome name.
Catholicism, and then you also have that steampunk aspect. and it also
Victorian
has, of course,
time period.
mysteries in it. And the reviews for Lord of the Mysteries come in at a whopping 4.85 out of 5.
Ah,
So
what? 4.85? I read that it was closer to like 4.9. It was almost perfect.
Of course, there's the power system and the mysteries, but in my personal opinion, I think they earned it from the main character, Klein Moretti. Klein Moretti is that
Klein
classic
Moretti.
transmigrator
Yeah, Klein is the
from
main
modern
guy.
World, taking all of that knowledge and putting it to use in a more historic timeline. And of course, Klein has
Is a transmigrator just basically a different word for saying like isekai, like in Japanese terms? So like he comes from a different world?
an OP ability called the Gray Fog, which is basically a pocket dimension
Son of a bitch, that's what the fog was the whole time? I thought for a second the trailers were just blurry, but it's actually his ability.
that he can pull people up into if they meet certain requirements. Now you're noticing a lot of
Damn,
really
it's like a
mystical stuff
domain
here, and that's what this
from
world is
Jujutsu
full of,
Kaisen?
a lot of mysticism, which is the beauty of Lord of the Mysteries. And this
This is
world,
beautiful,
people can
dude.
become supernatural by drinking potions, and these people are called
Potions.
Beyonders. To become a Beyonder, you have to select a pathway.
Okay,
and there are
okay.
22 different pathways to
Okay, I've heard about this. To become a Beyonder, you have to drink a potion, but the potions are like double-edged, I've heard.
choose from, all based on the 22
And
major
our boy
arcane tarot
chose,
cards. And once you choose a pathway, you then have to figure out how to make the first potion to become
He
a
chose
sequence 9
divination.
of said pathway.
That's what I
And in
remember.
this video here, you can see Klein advancing to sequence 9. So now you're probably thinking, okay, there's supernatural powers involved, but what else is there to look forward to? And oh boy,
Okay.
am I glad that you asked.
What's the
that
world
question.
building look
Let's
like?
start off with just the Tarot Club meetings. This is where he pulls his little posse
Tarot
into the Gray
Club
Fog
meetings?
to have discussions and also share information. This is one of the best parts
Are all these people Beyonders as
the
well?
web novel because you get to see Klein act as some godlike figure known as the Fool. And one of the most underrated parts
Oh, okay, now that makes perfect sense because everybody's out there hashtag praise the fool. Praise the fool.
about this whole web novel
Now
that
I get it.
personally love is seeing our boy Klein go from rags to riches.
Dude, so
single
does he
volume,
wear the
you get to
mask
see him
too?
Increase his wealth more and more, goes into highs and lows of investments, and it's just amazing watching this man grow. into
Rags
a
to
rich,
riches.
wealthy
Okay,
man.
cool.
And without giving huge spoilers here, Klein also has to transform himself into a bunch of different personas and identities, and that is also an
Oh,
amazing
okay,
part.
okay.
With each identity, he also basically gets a power.
Wow, he's
So you
like
get to see him not
undercover.
only become stronger, but in a sense become cooler whenever he changes his personality. And of course,
Dude,
Lord
damn, his hair fucking grew longer in that
of the
one?
Mysteries would not be Lord of the Mysteries without the absolutely insane world building. I'm pretty sure if you ask any fan of Lord of the Mysteries,
There's a whole map. Forsaken Land of the Gods, Western Continent, an unknown area, Lowen Kingdom.
they're going to say
Wow.
that the world building
It actually
is
looks a lot
top
like
tier,
the
A1. And
actual
the
world,
villains in this are
Earth.
also A1. I mean, the first one that you're going to see for
Villains.
season 1 of the anime is going to be this guy called Ince Zhang Will, and he is absolutely goated.
Ince
But there's
Zhang
way better
Will.
ones. Like he's just kind of the first one. You also run into later in the web novel Adam and Amon and other people.
Dude, this
who are
looks
comparable to their
crazy
level,
good, bro.
and they're much cooler. But still, the villains in this are just crazy insane. And I know that the visuals for the Dongwa or the anime or whatever you want to call it are also going
Dongwa.
to go crazy, especially with a huge budget that
30K, right? 30K frames per second. But I heard that like, I don't know. I heard that like maybe it's so many frames at this point that like we might not even be able to tell just based off like our eye potentials. You know what I mean?
putting behind it. If
The
you
hardware
really
hasn't been
don't want to
upgraded yet.
read World of the Mysteries, or at least not read like the first volume, you can wait until the Dongwa comes out in 2025 and then read it after. But I'm telling you, just reading it now will not even like ruin the fun of
Man,
the Dongwa coming
that is
out. It's
beautiful.
actually gonna increase it.
He can literally create his own space, man.
Because you get to see all the cool references and get to see what Klein looks like.
Oh, okay. I heard that if you drink a potion and it doesn't work out or something, you could turn into a damn
in
monster.
your head versus what the people who made the Dongwa want it to look like. And Lord of the Mysteries is both a blessing and
This seems to be like a really rich world.
It's so good that you don't want to read anything else, but it's so good that you don't want to stop reading it.
Man, maybe
I had to sit there
I don't know,
and
man.
take the full month.
I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Like, I'm really like tempted to like either go listen to the audiobook or read the novels myself before the Dongwa actually gets here. But literally, it's here in a month and a half, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
And only dedicated.
Don't spoil it for myself.
I skipped out on
going for it blind
and skipped out on going to work just to read Lord of the Mysteries because it's that good. And one thing that didn't help my
dude, I miss life, dude. I miss life when it's like, you know, like that badass video game is gonna come out. You're like, fuck that. I'm skipping work. I'm being irresponsible today, and there's nothing no one can do about it.
My own obsession and the community's obsession with this web novel is the amazing fan art that comes out of this. I swear, the Lord of the Mysteries fan art goes way harder than anything I've ever seen in my whole life. These artists actually need to be paid.
Dude, I've already noticed the community is like
crazy visuals that they produce.
Praise the fool.
For free
like they're real fans.
Would not be a proper introduction.
Praise the fool.
Lord of the Mysteries without telling you where to read it. So let's go over that. Now, of course, you can use webnovel.com, which is where a majority of people do go to read this. But I personally use an app on my phone called Novel Reader. I know it's available on the iOS, but I don't think it's available on.
How much does this cost, like per chapter?
But it is really fantastic, and it lets you also download.
Oh my God, 1432. It's good to know that this whole thing is finished though. Like, I don't want nobody having the liberties of like screwing the story up with like Game of Thrones and shit.
No chapters, so I recommend that for any iOS users. Thank you so much for watching and subscribe.
He ranked every web novel. Huh. Interesting. Guys, real quick, I just want to give credit to Mr. Mysteries. That was a really good breakdown for a fan like me without giving too much away. I have heard snippets here and there. People have been dropping comments in the comment section, and I'm hyped for this because I feel like this is going to be big. If To Be Hero is like the show of this season, Lord of the Mysteries is damn sure going to be the show of next season. Wow, we're spoiled, aren't we? Fucking spoiled. You know what I'm saying? And this looks so good. I honestly can't wait. This is definitely going to be priority number 1 on the Plus Ultra perspective for the summer season. That's just a fact, Jack. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. There's nothing left to say except one thing before we sign off, and that's praise the fool. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.